How's it going, everyone? I think we're almost ready here to get started with some Resident Evil 4 corruptions tonight. Now, we've corrupted this one time in the past, and that was, I think, towards the beginning of my corruptions, beginning of my corruption career, if you can call it that, where I wasn't sure entirely what I was doing, and I was kind of just, I guess you could say, spraying and praying with the corruptions, which sounds awful. But now I have much more powerful tools available to me. We have the Windows Glitch Harvester, which has been updated and runs much more smoothly. So hopefully we'll get some good corruptions out of it. I'm excited. We got Wasabi Tonic in the chat here. Spray and pay. If you're unfamiliar with Wasabi Tonic, him and I are part of a stream team along with Mr. Falcor Not Good. I highly suggest anything he streams, it's always fantastic content. I'll give him a shout out there. Also check us out on the Discord if you're curious, it's down below. Let's get started here. The calming music is coming to an end, sadly. It's very calming. I love starting music. I think I'm gonna minimize that chat though. That's a little big. Like, right over everything we're gonna see. A little bit smaller. About that. Yeah, that looks alright. Okay, Resident Evil time. My laptop a little bit closer. I should have, back home I have this really nice laptop stand that kind of does, it tilts it upwards so that I can put it on this desk that's above me because there's like a light up here. And I could glance up and see the chat, which I think would be fantastic. I just miss my multiple monitors. Yeah, you're ready to go. Lower that music down. And let's get going. Licensed by Nintendo. That chat's still gonna be a problem. I think I might hide this chat tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna hide the chat. Come for those chat messages, I am so sorry. Gotta use the actual Twitch client now. I finally set up mouse and keyboard, which is something I was never able to do before for Dolphin because I couldn't transfer like what the keys for the GameCube would be and how they transfer to the mouse and keyboard. I kind of got a good idea of what they should be. I still might kind of finick every once in a while, trying to get it just right. I tested it out ahead of stream, so I think I'm alright.
1998.
We'll let the intro roll. We've done this once before, and I think we got all this, but
The year when those
play it again.
murders occurred in the Arklay Mountains. Soon after, the news was out to the whole world, revealing that it was the fault of a secret viral experiment conducted by the international pharmaceutical enterprise, Umbrella. The virus broke out in a nearby...
Actually, you could probably look... Oh wait, we can't even skip this, can we? We can turbo it. We're gonna turbo it. Raccoon City, the rest. Look it up. It's all interesting story and plot and lore. So last time we corrupted right here, where you start seeing Leon, the objects start getting loaded in, and I actually have this readied up within the Windows Glitch Harvester already. You might see there's some stuff kind of populated up top, some of the fields, and I'll explain what all those do as I go along, but for the time being, all you have to worry about are the ones in the stash history right now, so these ones.
You are a long way from home, cowboy.
And I've created a save state with this location, so you see Leon every single time. We won't be corrupting here again, I just want to kind of give a brief overview of what we saw before. And the good one we got was this one, where I just real quick before stream blasted a couple times, and I got like a Ubisoft corruption that comes packaged with Ubisoft. A couple other ones similar to that. This is the one I originally saw where it was just the eye sockets, and I re-rolled that to get multiple other corruptions like this awful, horrific one. We can even re-roll it a couple more times on stream.
Protecting the new president.
You can like fisheye Leon. Oh, I love it. I'm actually gonna take a screenshot of that, and we're gonna keep that.
Who are you really? Come on and
So usually I have a little window that I pull up when I have something I like to keep as a screenshot. I guess maybe I'll put it like next to me. We'll put it like right, yeah.
Breaking the ice. Anyway, you know what this is all about. My assignment
That kinda
is to
works,
search for
right?
the president's missing daughter.
all by
Very subtle. We'll keep that there.
Just tag along so we could see Kumbaya together.
So is the cinematic, is what we corrupted before, and I got some interesting corruptions out of it. I don't know what happened to the stockpile. I'm pretty sure it's still online. You can access it through Google Drive or something like that. But we're not interested in that at the moment. We're gonna move on and turbo through all of this. More lore, talking to the guys. What's going on, baby Blue Ford? Good to see ya. How it goes? It goes good. I had my first midterm today. I did okay. I forgot I had to do file I/O. Yeah. Thanks for the VIP. Of course, no worries at all. You are a VIP. Also, thank you for the host. One of the most earliest supporters, Baby Blue Forward. Let me give you a shout out too. Streams Toho. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Which all I know about it is it's an insane bullet hell, and I know there's lore to it, but I don't know any of the lore. But I recommend the content because it's awesome, and every time I watch it, I'm baffled by the reaction time of you. Anyways, Resident Evil corruptions today. We're just getting into the gameplay. I might go in a little bit. I think we'll go to like the first village and start corrupting there. And that'll be a good spot to try. I think we corrupted right where you get out of the car before on our last stream that we did it. It was okay. It was alright. I've been on in a while, but Wednesday, maybe the first day in a while. Oh, okay, gotcha. Hopefully it is a good stream and a regular stream. I gotta zoom into my chat, otherwise I'm like leaning over and staring at it. I should pull up my chat on my other computer. Let's do that actually.
Have a look around.
We'll stay and watch the car. Don't want to get any parking.
I can like pop out chat, can I?
Parking tickets.
I can. Oh yeah.
Jeez, who are these guys?
Did you say something?
Cool.
Leon, I hope you can hear me. I'm Ingrid Hunnigan. I'll be your support on this mission.
Loud and clear. Somehow I thought you'd be a little older.
It's almost 2 weeks. That's such a long time. I know, I was worried about like, I haven't streamed in 4 days, 3 days or so, which I was super like, oh, I gotta get back into streaming. I usually do it every day. So I felt bad. That's why I squeezed this one in today, even though it's midterms week. I'm glad I'm doing it. It's good to be in the pattern of doing it. Resident Evil 4 is fantastic. One of my favorite Resident Evil games. And one that I would like to play on stream at some point. I haven't actually played it on stream to completion or anything like that. I haven't done any playthrough. I'd like to. It's an awesome game. If you have yet to play it, I highly recommend it. So we're gonna get started. The controls are gonna be a little wonky because while I would absolutely love to plug in my Xbox controller, I can't because I don't have enough USB ports. And I think tonight I'm gonna order a USB dock because I keep having the trouble where I have the camera on, the mic on, and a mouse and keyboard plugged in. Too much things at once. I have a save state here, so I was considering maybe corrupting here. That's where the save state's currently at. Although we also did corrupt here in the past. It was okay. I think we're gonna corrupt somewhere else, but try to get a better idea of it. Between me helping out others, occasionally having Minecraft server up. By the way, Minecraft server, very nice. I love running that. There's nothing wrong with having a Minecraft server. It's actually awesome. Visiting family, didn't leave much time to stream and studying. Lots of that. Yeah, it's a full plate. Like, sometimes you gotta make sacrifices, and unfortunately every once in a while I make those sacrifices on stream, so I can understand that. It's better than, say, like sacrificing studying or sacrificing family. And people understand too. People are reasonable. Hopefully. If they're not, then very understanding people. Oh, what do I have A bound to? That's what I have A bound to. We got a spinal. Or a spinal. Or however you pronounce it. I'm gonna make a third save state. I don't think we're gonna corrupt here either, but it's another cutscene. Oh wait, not this one. One coming up in the future. This one.
Excuse me. Sir?
Oh, that's why you can't stream nearly as much as you can, or you used to. At one point it was every other day. See, getting in that cycle, it does feel good though, just to knock it out. But I can understand.
Recognize a girl in this photograph?
¿Qué carajo estás haciendo aquí? Larga.
Not being able to. Let me real quick. I want to double check all this corrupts. So I'm gonna load this up. Being able to when you can, like, that's why I don't have a stream schedule, is because when you can kind of squeeze it in, it's good. I don't like having a very rigorous cycle where, like, I have to stream at this time because I probably won't hit that time, because I usually take a little bit of time to start up and all that kind of stuff. And I prefer to stream it whenever I can, as well. I've done just try streaming Minecraft, I'd be down for that. Especially if you had a server, and you, like, I don't know, maybe if you had subscribers or followers, give them the credentials to doing it. That'd be pretty awesome. I would be down for that. OBS doesn't like it? What? I didn't know that. There has to be some kind of workaround. What does an OBS like about it? Because I know people have to have streamed it before. Maybe it's your graphics processor? That's what I usually have to change, but that's what, like, Dolphin and all my emulators. At least the way you do it. Okay. Well, hopefully you find a resolution for it, or hopefully there's some kind of workaround. Because that would be, I would enjoy watching that, personally. I know, the only person that I know actually streams that stuff is RT Games, I think is his name, or RT Game. He only has subscribers able to join the server. And I think it's pretty awesome. Like, he has a cool thing where he has, if you check out his YouTube, it's like trapping 500 players in a box and making them dig to the bottom of the earth, or like making them make a vault or something like that. It's good stuff. It's not so many frames, but it is perfectly fine. Oh, okay. So it's not like a graphics problem, it's just kind of a performance issue. Those can be hard to avoid. Like, I always have to drop my settings down to the lowest, even if I'm streaming on a good PC or something like that. I'm just spamming the corruption button. Nothing I want to keep here. They're all kind of cinematic ones. So let's move on. Safe state. We'll let the guy attack us.
I was wondering
I
if
need
you
coffee.
recognize a girl in
I
this
don't have any.
photograph?
¿Qué carajo estás haciendo aquí? Lárgate, cabrón.
I need brushing up on my... Is it Spanish or is it Portuguese? I don't know. I catch words like here and there. I was watching someone stream this, and I caught words here and there. Not all of them, though. I kind of brush up on the language. Coffee be nice. I actually had this earlier, before I went to my midterm. It was a cold brew Starbucks coffee. Not bad. I got it because the bottle looks like a Oddworld Soulstorm bottle, which I really like the bottle design. Not that I'm plugging them or anything, but it was decent coffee. Just vanilla with cream. I usually drink black coffee or like with a tiny bit of cream, no sugar. It's a good sweet drink. Oh wait, I wasn't even paying attention. Just let the guy wail on me. I should probably reload that actually. Got like no health. I am not good at aiming. Okay, there we go. And they took off. They're only there for like 2 minutes. Right there, I'm wondering how that will corrupt. Right when I like zoomed in on his face. Okay, so not too well. Okay. Not seeing too much. Like, maybe because the objects are already loaded and we're having trouble like corrupting. Ooh, there's a good eye one. See the pupils moving around. Alright, no more gameplay. I usually French press my coffee. I guess pour over is probably my favorite type of brewed coffee, but I usually French press fine, and college is just easy.
There was a
Easier grounds and all that.
choice but to neutralize him. There are still others surrounding the area.
Get out of there and head toward the village. Take whatever measures necessary to save the subject.
Understood.
Ahí está. That means like he's there, I believe. So catching words. I forget if I have to go downstairs yet. Looks like they've killed a lot of people, and they got maggots. I hope Ashley's okay. Why would they keep the bones stacked up like that? Like, you gotta keep them in the house of anywhere? Throw those outside. Because you eat people doesn't mean you're not civilized. Right? Not a zombie. Won't budge. Where do we go? I forget. Is it the window? Yeah? Yeah. Yep. Still kind of having trouble with the controls because A is also left click. So that's a little confusing for me. Let's say jump over. Why would I jump over? Just a small stack of logs. Always gotta swing twice for those surprise snakes. And hey, a save. I wonder if corrupting a save would be interesting. How about right? We just missed that one. Let's see. The wild saving. I don't think this would do anything. It's not like we're messing with like SRAM or something like that in a old ROM or something like that. He's just a torso. Aw, Leon. God. He's just shooting across. Hopefully he hits something. He has really big fists. We sanitize this? We don't. Because we don't have a save state we want to keep yet. I don't want to save it here. Okay. Anything else? Oh, the poor doggo. Let's go save the doggo. Oh, I forgot to shoot the ravens. Ah. Get him out of the trap. Poor little guy. If you haven't seen, if you're a fan of Resident Evil, there's a fantastic HD pack remake kind of thing where this group of people went around and they went to all the places that were inspirations for this game, and they took like sort of HD textures from those areas and remade them within the game, and it looks gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. If I had a link, I would pull that up, but if you look something like Resident Evil HD pack, you'll find something like that. That'd be nice to do for the stream, but I think it has to be on PC, unless you're patching like a GameCube version. I only have the GameCube version, which is a copy of mine. I don't own the Steam version. I'll have to look at it. If I played it through, I feel like I would do it with that HD pack. Okay, where'd I hear them from? I swear I heard them. And there's the music playing, but I don't see them. Also a body there. This is not a playthrough, by the way. It's only for a few minutes. Only until we get to the village, which is coming up. I don't know why I'm also collecting things. I don't need to be doing that either. Nope, not out the window. There he is. Also considered doing a save state before stream. Probably would have been a good idea, but you had to see a little bit of gameplay. In case you're unfamiliar with the game and how it works. Well, I guess you don't see how much it works, but you get to see a little bit of it. But here's the village, so we can actually get corrupting. Do we corrupt here? We don't, because it's switching
Leon,
over.
how you holding up?
I am curious what it looks like when we do that, because we never actually corrupted the video recorder.
Leon. Leon, how
Doesn't
you
seem to have
holding
too much of an effect on it. We have sort of a seizure effect on the light there. By the way, if you're sensitive to flashing lights or bright colors or anything like that, maybe even loud sounds, I recommend not watching the stream just because we have a lot of that, and if that material kind of hurts you, I warn you. Save states, your immersion. Gotta have save states for the corruptions, but I'm sorry. I wish I could corrupt.
Sorry to hear that.
And this is how you used to have to do corrupting. You would actually have a save file, like say the GameCube file, and I would corrupt that save state. Not save state. That save file. Yeah, I would just corrupt the save file, I guess. It's not too complicated, but it was so tedious, and every single time you would want to load a corrupted game, you would have to corrupt that file, load it into the emulator depending on what you're using, or load it into the actual console if you're going that far. Load up the game, get to that point where you're corrupting it, or load the actual file. So much work, and that's what GameCube corruptions used to be. They streamlined the process with a specialized version of Dolphin and the Windows Glitch Harvester, which thank God for it. I also might cheat and use that for some of my other playthroughs, like Oddworld. But we're not getting too many results here. We will move on. Let's do that. More story.
Leon, how you holding up?
Bad question, Hunnigan.
Sorry to hear that. I'm sending you a playing manual. Hope you find it useful.
I'll take a look at it, thanks.
That would have been useful when I was trying to figure out the key bindings earlier. Is it more tedious than it sounds? Yeah, I would say it's more tedious than it sounds. Like, it would be so bad that when... I would say the person that was big in corruptions at the time who was playing them live would be Vinny from Vinesauce, but people were making it for him, of course. It was so rare to get a GameCube corruption stockpile that it doesn't matter how bad the corruptions were, like, they would immediately throw it on the stockpile and say it's good to go, because just getting a corruption working was like 1 in 100 chance. Just keep re-rolling it, loading the game, loading the save file, didn't work. Do it again and again and again, and maybe you'll get a small corruption, and you'll move from there, but it's very rare, and it would take such a long time. So now we're very good. The tools that we have available to us are fantastic. Made by Neri in the Vinesauce community. I think that's all he's known by, Neri. He's part of the Real-Time Corruptor Discord. But that's a good individual. Same with Ezekiel, I think is his name. He's the Real-Time Corruptor creator. So, both wonderful individuals. I think Ezekiel is following me. Yeah, he streams daily. He does testing for various programs. Back out of this. Tab. I don't know my controls. There we go. Left shift. Okay. Yeah, save state, so I don't have to deal with that anymore. We're gonna look at the village. And we're gonna try corrupting there. Yeah, now the time to corrupt is like 1,000 times faster, in which case I just hit a button and it's already corrupted the save state, load that save state in the emulator. Oh, except we crashed there. And it's already preloaded the game, so it's already running and ready to go. It's nice. Lots of crash screens. I want to verify I can... Okay, still do a normal corruption. We'll do it a couple seconds later. Where we see Leon. Surprisingly, a lot of crash screens. Like this purple is just every time it rolls over. Or pink. I think it's purple in my eyes, but I think I might be a little colorblind. Looks purple to me, but I'm only saying that probably because it's also GameCube. Bias. So many crashes. Okay, clear out my history. Let's count. 1, 2, maybe I'll knock back the intensity. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. 10. So the first one. And didn't even run. Knock the starting address back some more. Still nothing. There's like critical things happening at this moment. Maybe it's just loading the village while this little scene's going on. Chickens. Supposed to be looking at something. I forget if it triggers anything. Oh, there's a body. Oh, it's the... I didn't realize that was the driver. That was one of the two drivers. Jesus. Okay, how do I back out of this? You probably shouldn't trigger them right away. Maybe... That wasn't supposed to happen. That's not good. Why are we crashing? We're not running on a corrupted state, are we? No, we're not. Why are we crashing? Okay, it's just that one spot. It's like a normal crash? So last save state. Here. That does make a little more sense why... What do you call that? The corruptions kept crashing it over and over again. Because I guess it was over a corrupted state. We can run through this fairly quickly. It is interesting. There's a lot of backlore to it that isn't necessary to play Resident Evil 4. It's just a fun, I would say, shooter with a little bit of story.
Sir?
But there's a lot of interesting backstory if you're into that kind of story stuff, which I don't know a lot of, and I would like to get into, especially with the new Resident Evil 2 remake out and everyone that's loving that. I want to get into the story some more, but I gotta watch streamers play it. I'm probably gonna watch Vinny play it.
I was wondering
Or I
if
should
you
play it myself.
recognize the girl in this photograph.
I consider that. But definitely an interesting series, and I recommend it. We're gonna skip through this. We're gonna just rush as fast as possible. Oh, okay, maybe don't rush that fast. I will make like 4 save states, so we're being extra safe. You're not being safe in terms of fighting, though. Oh, Leon. Oh, the reload. No. Okay, reload now. Nope, bad time reload. Okay, healing is gonna be tab. We don't have any healing yet, do we? First aid spray. Yeah, we do. Okay, great. Oh, we can't turbo all the time. Nope, nope. I have to use 2 hands for this. Block that way. Well, that's why we don't speed through things. Ah. The turbo button is also my inventory button, so that's why I'm kind of flicking through the screen a couple times. We're in pain. I like to be not in pain. Let's get. Nope, nothing for it. No healing items. Oh, Leon, no. Why didn't we take advantage of the saving state? Oh, it would be better if I was good at this game. Oh, we're back here. Just a little bit of wasted time. Good thing we have turbo, because then it's not like 5 minutes, it's like an extra minute. If we're lucky. Okay, there's all that. Talk to her. How far are we in? 35 minutes. No corruptions yet. No, Leon. Just knife him. There we go. Kick. Oh! Handgun, handgun, and handgun. Alright, let's go. We will not walk into the booby trap. Safe this time. Oh, we forgot to get the doggo. Oh, we gotta get the doggo. We avoided him last time. See, dying was very good because we avoided the doggo by accident. Terrible decision. That's why we ran into the bomb. We deserve that.
Un forastero!
Gotta save the doggo. And hey, we even got a healing item. See? Karma.
Allí está!
Another save state, or another like 12 save states. We're good this time.
¡Avisad a los demás! ¡Te cogí!
Oh, that one scared me. I gotta stop trying to knife him. Such a bad idea. We'll just shoot him to death. And then take our potion. And we're good to go. if you're a completionist, this game's kind of fun too, because there's a lot of little hidden secrets that you can go and get. Little tags and the weapons and all those special things. I'm not much of a completionist myself. I'm usually the kind of guy that looks up a tutorial if I kind of get stuck. I don't like getting stuck for too long. But I like a good challenge.
How you holding?
Okay, and now we're back to where we were before. Only 5 minutes back. And I don't know how we're gonna do the save state. Maybe we'll do it from here? Maybe we'll shoot one of them? Because shooting one of them triggers hellfire that you don't want to mess with. Maybe... Let's try this one first. Oh, it's creating a cool effect with the fire. You see that? Kinda. Something's wrong with that. Moving on. I'd like to be closer though, because I can't really see anything from out here. Maybe we'll take one of the back entrances. Oh wait, he just heard me, didn't he? I forgot what a comm means, but he's warning something. I don't think he's warning of my presence. I hope not. Right there. We kind of get a vision of the... Oh, but she just sees us. Ah. Yeah. Shut up. Nah, I don't want that though. I don't want to go straight into fighting, because then you're kind of confused and you're like, what's going on? Why are we fighting? I'd like to be able to get a good look at the fire though, because that seems to be corrupting kind of interestingly. No, she wants to fight me. Seems kind of hard to corrupt. Yeah, the cinematics corrupt very nicely. Gameplay, not so much. It's also hard to get like a position where I want to be, because I want to capture a couple things. We only get to use one save state with the corruption of stockpile, so we kind of have to be lucky with what we choose. That's how they saw us. I want to at least capture a couple things. I want to capture characters if possible, the fire if possible. I had to keep all those things in mind when creating a save state. No, that one's too late. We're almost there. I think getting that close would be good. I kind of want the chickens in frame. Let's do it like right there. I'm happy with that. We see the fire, we see a chicken, we see a character. Good enough. And it takes at least a couple seconds until she starts coming at us. So, good. That's safe state 3, right? Yeah. Okay. Now we start actually corrupting it. For the first time in this stream, the official corruption that we're going to put in the stockpile. And it's Pyramid Head. Oh, he's gonna say that every time, isn't he? Let's not do that. It's a couple seconds later. Right there. After he says it, so we don't have to hear that every single time. That one has something kind of interesting with the fire. This one got some blue fire. Only for half a second though, otherwise I'd keep that. For reason the real-time corruptor, we can sort of keep those effects. Like if we see a temporary effect, like, oh, the fire is blue for half a second, but then that's it. With the way we're corrupting it, we unfortunately cannot keep it. But if we're corrupting on the real-time corruptor, we can use Cheat Engine in order to force that value to always stay blue. Disadvantage of the older Windows glitch harvester that we're using here. So his hair is missing, by the way, in this corruption. That's why I'm trying to keep this right there. His luscious locks have gone away from him. He's left this awful hair. If we can keep it, we might not be able to. It seems like it might be inherent with the crash. I think it is. So we gotta move on. I'm gonna keep that in mind. If I see something that I'd like to keep, but it's because of a crash, we probably shouldn't take advantage of it. That's interesting. Brought the wall back. Oh god, that was... Let's save this one. This is our first kind of corruption. Oh, it puts me over everything. Well, I guess I'll keep my face there. In case you're curious what this window that I just popped up was, I hate that this woman's sneaking up to us. This is the blast editor, and we use this to sanitize a corruption. So you noticed after a couple seconds that the game crashed in an awful way. We want to try to eliminate that if possible. So we're sanitizing the corruption by removing the unnecessary memory writes to remove that awful crash, and a couple other things. And all we really want is just to keep the wall kind of shifted like this. And maybe we'll mix that with something else later. I haven't decided yet. Something incorrectly. I would say this game's among the harder games to corrupt that I've done in a while. I was considering doing Mario Sunshine, but I want some Resident Evil. Some Resident Evil. Something's going wrong here. So I know the corruption persists here. I can load it multiple times. Move that. Load it again. I think I need to double load every corruption, unfortunately, because the injection is lurking after the save state has been preloaded. Reloaded? Yeah. So in order to make sure that the corruption actually is there, I need to double load it. Ah, like that. So it existed in the first time I corrupted and executed the blast layer, but the second time around, it disappeared. So that tells me that it's kind of lingering, which is also a very annoying thing if we're trying to sanitize the corruption. But, oh well. It'll just make my job not easier, harder. Oh, and Vinny's playing Resident Evil 2. How fitting. He's playing a new one now. Okay, we got 2 memory writes, and we have 1 memory write. So there we go, our first corruption. Not too interesting, but it's something. So we have wall shift, and we can now reroll that corruption to move that wall around, hopefully. Or not, no, it's just literally the wall is there now. Every day it surprises you a little bit more. Anyways, let's move on then. So, from the top, doing some new corruptions. Kind of flickery. Let's try corrupting like more core functions, which would be closer to 0. I'm gonna move my intensity back because a lot of the time we get crashes with this, especially on GameCube. Actually, not seeing too much, but our intensity is kind of low. There's a lighting effect we can try to keep. With the low intensity, luckily we can just move through this a lot faster. Hope I don't have to double load all my corruptions. I hope it was just that one. Now oh, I do have to double load every corruption. Oh. So pretty much the time that it takes me to sanitize is not going to be doubled. Which every day takes me a long time to sanitize anyways. Especially for GameCube because we have so many memory writes. But it's the trials we go through. Like quickly load twice. Like 1, 2. That might work. 2. Alright. Send it to the stash. Throw on the stockpile. Call it extra light. We'll reroll that corruption. That looks shell shaded. A little bit. Like the shadows are coming off him don't look quite right. Actually, it's kind of cool. Look at those shadows. Oh, also. Oh, she threw a thing at me. Like, they're very intense shadows, which is neat looking. But I don't think the reroll's doing anything, fortunately. I want to make sure that we actually are changing the values, so... Originally, we're sending to the same source address with the value 3C, and in the most recent reroll, we're sending the value B4, BF4, so... We're definitely just changing the parameter value that we're sending to memory, but that doesn't seem to have any effects on the actual corruption itself, which is unfortunate. So we've had 2 of those so far. I hope that isn't the case for all of them. Let's move on from the job. We got like an invisible arm? Kinda? Let's keep that. Double load. A bionic arm. And if we get a corruption that is a hybrid corruption, so anything that requires more than 1 memory writes, we're absolutely going to trash it because we can't double load. Or it's going to take a long time to double load a hybrid memory or hybrid corruption. Unless we're kind of smart in the way that we store it. Stash. We can try saving him. It's going to take a long time. I think if I run into one of those, it's just going to feel like it's a corruption that we can't keep. So I won't even bother. Alright, there we go. We got a bionic arm. Is it only 1 arm, by the way? I forgot how to switch shoulders. But it looks like it's both. Yeah. Then a stash. Call it bionic arms. Kind of okay name for it. Reroll it. Still no effects, unfortunately. Just disappointing. Because that's like one of our main features we get to do. That's one of the reasons why we sanitize in the first place. But all. Alright, from the shop. There's a shadow one here. I don't know if I want to keep. It looks like it's... Oh, we're also kind of twitching out of place. But it looks like it's kind of just a building extended, so we're not going to bother. Nope. Ah, my ear. God. Limiter on the stream's working great. That's a good one. That's not how you hold... Oh, actually, no, it is how you hold a gun. His arms are just baby arms. Let's save that one. I also like how it snaps into place. Like, it isn't originally there. They just kind of snapped to there. Like he broke his bone by accident. You need sleep now. Take care, baby Blue Ford. Good seeing you. Thank you for dropping in. And thank you for the host, too. I appreciate it. Baby arms of Leon. I wonder if Ashley would still like him if he had baby arms. I think I would spoil the ending if I talk about any more than that. No, I wouldn't. Never mind. I wonder if he can drive a jet ski, is what I'm wondering. I feel like... So unfortunately, that is so sad. I was hoping that where the hand kind of breaks and fills up the screen like that, I was hoping that that was not inherent with the baby hands thing that's going on, but it looks like they're one and the same. So that's extremely unfortunate because now let's see if the reroll actually works. From what we've seen so far, reroll isn't going to do anything. Maybe we'll get lucky. Yeah, no, that's not the case. So a pretty awesome corruption off the bat that I like a lot. We have to trash because rerolls don't affect it in any way, and this hand is always going to get in the way. Like, you can't see anything. It's only interesting for like the first second where you're looking at his hands and that's it. And then immediately you can't play the game anymore. No one wants to see that. So, we'll keep it on the stockpile as a visual. baby arms, T-Rex arms, whatever you want to call it. But we shouldn't throw that in our final stockpile. Alright, from the top, blasting target. That's cool. That looks like Skyrim, to be honest. Like, I had a... When I first started streaming, I had, like, really a bad computer. I was using this Lenovo that's to my right of me that I only use for graphics now, or for watching the stream. And I had to lower the textures on Skyrim to be like 1% of the actual value, and it looked like this everywhere. Same for Fallout New Vegas. So I want to keep this, I want to call it like beta Resident Evil or something like that. Resolution set to 1. Something like that. I'm sure there's also a game that this kind of looks like, but I can't think of anything. It's like a familiar style now, I know, for sure. It looks neat though, I like it. Okay, single memory right, send it to the stash. And we'll call it... I just like no textures. No texture. Like, I would like to play the game as this. It's an even darker atmosphere, Jesus. Oh, something went wrong there. Anyways, looks neat, is what I'm gonna say there. Let's try re-rolling it. Are we gonna get any luck? Zilch. Oh, we get some, like, new lighting. Okay. It's a little bit brighter in this case. Or I'm just going crazy. No, yeah, it affected it. So if we can, I'd like a really dark version, but I think we get that by default. Dark, so we get. I like the contrast between the two. I don't like, for example, this one, where just everything's too bright, you can't see anything. I like a little bit of shadow. It adds a little bit to the creepiness, I think. But if I don't see anything else, I think we're gonna call it with that one. Let's move on from the top. Oh, there's a crash. Broken glass. This one, his hand's kind of messed up. Not quite in the right place. Let's save that. If you're unfamiliar, or if this is like your first time seeing my corruptions, and you're familiar with the... Oh, I saved that wrong. If you're familiar with the idea of corruptions, essentially we're just changing the game to make it look kind of funny, or make it look a certain way that we think is funny. The way I sort of build my corruptions is I look for individual components that I want to keep. So, for example, I like his hand sticking out like that. Maybe inherently that's not that funny, but I think I can combine that with something else later on, like two components put together, and create something more interesting out of it, that I'll try to save both of them, so... Makes sense. I'm going to save this corruption, and we're going to combine it with something later. And that's philosophy for all of my corruptions, is I try to do that. Get the individual components, sanitize them, and then throw them into hybrids. And so far, I've got some pretty good results. I think the one I started doing that on was Finding Nemo for the GameCube. Corrupted so well. I had some of my... I think one of my most favorite corruptions was from that stream. And I tried... Well, I lost that stockpile, unfortunately, because at the end, I forgot that the Windows Glitch Harvester doesn't preserve your stockpile. And if you switch save states, or if you even open the file directory to where your save states are stored, or your stockpile is stored, it'll clear off the stockpile. So, like, say I chose another save state, blast editors in the way. All of the ones that would be in the stockpile manager just got erased without any warning, so I lost that stockpile. I tried going back in the video and like looking at my blast editor values, but they couldn't quite read them, so I gave up eventually. It was a good one. No. And ever since then I've been corrupting in that specific way. More so for GameCube than anything, because I kind of don't know what to do with GameCube. There's so many memory rights that you could corrupt, and there's so many corruptions that you could create, that it's a lot to handle at once. And if, say, I just blast the intensity up to 192,000, there'd be so much going on at once I wouldn't even know what to do. So, I like finding those components, like this hand that I just messed up on because I forgot to double load. Ah. Okay, where is that original corruption? So this double loading thing that I'm talking about every once in a while, I don't actually know how to explain it completely. To load a corruption, it's injecting code into the save state that I'm loading. And in this case, for some reason when I just load another save state, that code kind of lingers over, and I don't know why it doesn't clear it. Like, it doesn't do a complete... Is there a button for that? I don't think there is. There's disable caching, but then I don't think that has to do with it. So for example, actually, if I click on no texture, and then I want to go back to the corruption with the hand thing, I'll click corrupt and execute. But you'll see it's still in the background, we still have the no texture, and I don't want that. So I have to load it once again. That clears out the no texture, and now I only have the corruption that I'm looking for loaded. And I want to verify, what if we disable caching? Yeah, still the same issue, okay. I don't know how to prevent that. It's just for this game, and I know it's not a persistent problem for all games, because I've never had to double load this frequently. Maybe occasionally for a certain corruption, but not for every corruption. Oh well. We'll get through it. As long as I'm good at keeping an eye and making sure I actually load it properly. I like explaining these things because it makes me understand it a little bit better, because usually it'd be hard to explain it otherwise. That's the way you learn. You explain to other people, and you explain it well, then you probably know it pretty well. I'm working towards that explaining it well part. I'm not quite there, but hopefully eventually. So there we go. I got the one corruption, sent it to the stash, throwing it on the stockpile, calling it Leon's trigger hand. Leon's... yeah, trigger hand works. We tried re-rolling it, but probably ain't gonna do a thing. It's true. I haven't actually tried aiming with this yet. I like how his hand's like up here, like, why? Why? Why would you chase me? Why? Save. Oh, that's what happens when you don't pay attention. You get shooken off by a farmer. You have to shake off. Okay, so moving on from the top. Blasting target. I really want to shoot this chicken. Oh, got away. Sorry, chicken. The chicken didn't deserve that. What'd I do that for? I just wanted to get the loot. Like, no corruptions. Yeah, up our intensity. Oh, did I break something? Yep. Yeah, it looks like I broke something. It looks like nothing's working. Ooh, the starting dress. we were crashing it like every other corruption. Now we're not crashing it at all. But we're also just not doing anything. Okay, now we go. The intensity, I guess, was too low. Problem is, I'm not finding the sweet spot. We had a sweet spot before. I think it was just at 0 with a low intensity, but even a high intensity thing anymore. Doesn't feel right. I'm doing something incorrectly. I'm going to save the stockpile, restart my tools real quick. Resident Evil stockpile. And we're going to restart Dolphin. Restart our Windows Glitch Harvester. Because something doesn't feel right there. It doesn't seem like it's working properly. You see a little bit of everything that's being captured. There's the new dev version of the real-time corruptor window. In order to fix this, we need to open corruption window, hide it, restart. Glitch Harvester. Well, and the boss window. Okay, we're all good to go. We can load our save state. Oh, let's start at a save state first.
Krauser, go get the girl.
If you're unfamiliar with this intro, enjoy while I'm setting stuff up.
Been a long time, comrade. You got John quick, as expected. After all, you and I both know where we come from.
Animal Crossing City Bus? Why do I have that stockpile? Okay, so now everything should be working alright. Leon's trigger hand, no texture. Good. 2 thumbs up. And corrupting intensity. Okay, that's expected results. We're supposed to get something when we corrupt it. We actually get some good stuff too. I don't know what's wrong with Leon's jacket. Leon's jacket is a treasure. I love his jacket. And within like the first half an hour, you lose his jacket. Like he throws it off and he never gets it back. That is the tragedy of this game, according to Vinny. Here we get a little pink fire, and we also get an egg. Is he supposed to do that? I don't think he was. See if we can save those things. Try. Our very best. Maybe we just triggered that. That's an action that we're corrupting in. I think at some point they're supposed to, but initially with this save state he isn't, or she isn't laying an egg. Oh, I lost the egg one. I was going for the pink fire, that's what I was keeping an eye on. Well, we'll see that one separately. Ah, there's the fire. Send that to the stash. We'll call it pink fire. And let's get this one again. We'll get the bird. 10. This isn't that interesting. It's interesting because it's a normal action that you would normally see. We'll do it anyways. Just to have some variation, I guess. Okay, got that. Set it to the stash. Call it. Oh, there's a movie I wanted to call this after, but I can't remember the name of the movie. Oh, chicken. Egg. Reroll. Still lays an egg. His normal action, I think, is pecking, as we're seeing here occasionally. Actually, no, not even that. Yeah, pecking is one of the things we're actually triggering. What if he has like a list of options he can do? Lay an egg, peck. Yeah. I want to check if any of these are golden eggs, but it too much time. We had another one, pink fire. We could try re-rolling that. Good effect there. It was kind of a flashing pink fire. We want to keep that versus this. Pink fire, I think, looks better, but we also flashing is kind of something different. Also re-rolling it some more. I think I prefer pink fire. We can always re-roll it if we want to keep it later, but the flashing, we'll just avoid the flashing. All right, moving on from the top. Is that his leg? Oh, it is his leg. It's like feeling his chest up. Save that. Oh, jeez. Leo's leg is getting frisky. Also make sure we can walk. Yeah, we can walk. It's like a ball of terror. That's the only way I'd be able to describe him. I'm hoping this one will have a good reroll on it. Seems so hit and miss with this game. Set a stash. Reroll. Yeah, we're getting some stuff. We'll send the original. Just this one? Yeah. I hope. Okay. Call this Ball of Terror. And then we had another maybe decent one. This one? No, it's a crash. He has like broken wrists. He's holding a gun like this. It's not how you hold a gun, Leon. Oh god. Leon's broken wrists aren't made for this. Jesus. But his legs sure are. I call this like when you don't know why you shoot. Shut. Should we know that? Shoot. When you don't know why you. I don't have like the accented you, otherwise I would use that. Shoot. That's good enough, huh? Get another reroll. He's running in place, and his arms are stretching.
¡Agárrenlo!
They're all doing it, which is kind of neat too. Only when he stands still is hilarious. Otherwise, I wouldn't keep this. But I'm gonna call it Running Man. We'll keep that one too. We're gonna get a lot of these ones that are just kind of like, maybe we should keep this, but also maybe not. This one's like a very broken hand and arm and all of a lot. Why does it go down here? It changes position. What determines that? Wait, I need to do research. I need to go find out. Run away from here. This is like a look at them run towards me too. Jesus Christ. Now it's down here. Now it's over there. It's here, it's there, it's everywhere. Leon's gun. Okay. They're coming up from the hill. Should keep this one. We're gonna have so many model corruptions out of this. We got 3 so far. Yeah, gotta keep it. We'll call it. How about like aim assist? You should spell assist right. Aim assist. It kind of does look like it goes straight for the chicken there. It's a little bit off though. Okay, moving on. Fantastic corruption. Again, why do we shoot? Why do we shoot? There's another ball of terror. You can actually see his shoes up there, though. Kinda neat. I prefer the yellow on that. Is he like knife guarding? It kind of looks like he is. Oh, look at that skill! With your arms broken and out of the way, you can shoot a sickle out of the air. Oh no. God damn it. Oh, I gotta make extreme markers. I'm gonna put that as 3, just to make it easy on myself. So I think I'm gonna replace this one with... Oh, actually, you did it for me. It replaced Running Man. Oh, I hope that didn't replace the one I wanted it to. Yeah, this is the Why Do We Shoot. Oh, it replaced Running Man! No! The original. Sometimes when we have references like this, it's bad to keep sending them to the stockpile. I just cleared my history out. I didn't even get to keep the corruption I wanted. Man. Okay, we're gonna spend a little bit longer doing these then because of that. This one's not Running Man. That one's like a slow motion Running Man. This one's Why Do We Shoot, but I don't even like this one. I was gonna take this out. Why do we shoot? This one is. So anytime I'm gonna send it to the stockpile as a reroll, I have to open the item within the blast editor, send it to the stash once again to remove the dependency, and then put it on the stockpile as Running Man. That way it avoids any kind of problems that we just ran into. Got like bionic arms. Again. More freaking out. I like the subtle ones. We can get more of those. Beat up there before. There's aim assist. We got that one already. Broken arms. one where I cleared in the stockpile. It was so good because he would aim and then he would like always have some kind of knife cover. Not gonna get that one back. I can look back at the stream and like pull the memory addresses. No, actually no, I can't because these are rerolls, so I wouldn't actually have them in the blast editor, unfortunately. Keep trying though. I might find a good one. His hand looks like a cobra. This one's nearly there. Maybe we'll just come back to it later and keep trying more of these. Because I'd like to move on. This one's not bad, actually, though. This one's like when he's used to it, Kimbo. Oh, look at his arm. Oh my god. Okay, how about we'll call it? We gotta send it to the stash again so we don't remove the dependency. So we do remove the dependency. We'll call it Akimbo Leon. I'm gonna name these guys wrong so many times because I always say Leo, even though I know it's Leon. I should know better. Just a couple more tries. See if we can get anything else out of it. Got that one. Oh, 10. That one's like a super far reach. This sounds like a far up here. He's got it slightly turned. I think we're moving on. Otherwise, we're just gonna have too many of these. Five, 4, 3. This one had anything good? Yeah. Alright, we're moving on. From the top, blasting target. Oh god, my ears. What happened? The shadows are all messed up. Audio just died. Oh, it's crackling in. We'll be okay. Well, I have to take these off. No, we're okay. That's a reroll of that same one. What is that object in the distance? That unholy object. What is that? What? Look at his legs. Oh my god. Looks like he has like mantis legs. Let's save that one, please. There's a lot of things I want to keep. I also would like to keep the sort of fog thing we got going on. It reminds me of Silent Hill, so we're gonna send this to the stash to try to preserve that. Also, what's going on, Z? Nice to see ya. Also, like red flickering in the background. I want to keep this guy's mantis legs because they're horrifying. Let's go find those again. There they are. No, get away from me. How do I forgot how to do the 180 turn. To keep it or not to keep it. It's also just, and it's just a tiny leg corruption. Let's not keep it. Let's keep this one though. This has like that pig fire effect. Oh, it's only temporary though. But it does have the tree in the background super flickery and red. I think we might be able to use that for something. So we'll try. they are separate corruptions. This one is just the fire one, so we're gonna send that to the stash. But we're gonna retrieve the tree one, this one here. You can kind of see in the background towards the top right of that building. Like an electronic tree, kind of cool. I just like shadow corruptions, and that's kind of a shadow one of sorts. Okay, single memory, right? Stash, stockpile, electronic tree. Now let's save this fire one. Might be able to re-roll this one into something interesting. We're lucky. Down to 8. Down to 4. Down to 2. Send a stash. And we'll call it Pink Fire. Did I mess that up? I think I did at the very last one. No, we're good. Pink Fire, which we actually already have named. Ooh, oh, that didn't mess up the dependency. Nope. We'll call this Big Pink Fire. And let's reroll it. That's what I was looking for. I want that sort of darker color. So we'll name it that. Remove the old one. And let's see if we can make it more permanent. I don't think so, but I'd like to try. It looks like it's like the first flume going up, and then it disappears as it sort of cycles out. So we'll just get that one. And did that incorrectly? I did. This one has it. Big Pink Fire. The old one. And we're just gonna go and take the liberty and combine these two together. And we'll call them both Pink Fire. Even though one only persists while the other one disappears after a couple seconds. We're making a hybrid corruption. Cool. Good to go. And then electronic tree, I'm not sure what to do with this yet, but I like how it looks. Just looks ominous and creepy. I think I want to keep the flicker. The red just does look nice. But the flicker makes it that much more kind of ominous and weird. Makes it stand out. Like if you're in real life and you're in this kind of creepy environment, you're like, oh, okay, red tree. Maybe there's just a light underneath it. But if you see like a flickering tree, so you're walking along, you see that, you're like, okay, I don't even know what that is. I just don't want to go near it, whatever that is. Okay. And I think that's all the effects we're going to get out of it. Maybe how fast the thing is flickering, but that's about the limit of it. So let's move on from the top. This audio. Got a nice gun. Look at that gun. Like goes all the way back to his chest, like it has a stock on it. Some larger buildings, but nothing I want to keep there. We can try re-rolling it. I like that water texture all messed up. I like to keep the gun. Let's keep the gun. Because we'll throw it with something. Find something for it. I'm not double rolling though. Luckily it hasn't bit me yet. Double loading. Okay, there's our big gun. Stash. Big gun. Easy as can be. I'm curious what this is gonna look like with like Akimbo Leon. Funny actually. Running Man. Aim assist. Eh. Why do we shoot? It kind of works, I think, only with, like, Kimbo Leon. Even then, it's kind of meh. We'll find a different place for it later. I was just hoping maybe one of those stretch out corruptions would mix well with it. It's like, is that his mouth? It is, Jesus. That's part of his face. I think his nose is that way. Or all the other way on the screen. Elon gets an invisibility cloak. There's another flickering tree. I love it. Let's keep it. Don't know why I need to clap for that. Just happy. It's so corruption like esque to have something flickering in like a bright neon color. Completely out of the ordinary. They didn't keep that fog effect. I think this would have mixed well with the fog effect. Should have kept that. I forgot what happened. I think we accidentally lost it. Almost there. 2 more. More. Got it. Set a stash, call it green tree. Mix it with electronic tree, merge, and very nice. I would like to re-roll green tree first. Intensity of the flickering, or make it a solid color. I like the one we currently got. Merging. And we're gonna call this electronic tree. Remove green tree. Remove the previous electronic tree, and it's the new entry. We'll put it up there. Cool. From the top. I should count the amount of times I say from the top during an entire stream. Probably too often, I'm gonna guess. Our lines. Thomas was alone. What is Hitman doing in this game? Agent 47? No, I don't know what agent that is. I don't even know the numbers. This doesn't even look like Resident Evil anymore. What is this, like, head model? Why is Leon bald? This is better than the no texture one. This is Skyrim textures. At, like, their absolute lowest. Or Fallout. Alright, let's save it. Todd Howard, you did it again. You absolutely did it again. I can expect myself being on like a little wagon going in. I forget even the intro like thing they say to you, but you're on the wagon and you're rolling in and it's like, oh, you're finally awake. God. Almost fantastic. Every once in a while, with a corruption texture like this, I wonder, like, what if I were to play the entire game like that? Should I? Could I? I know I probably could. Would it be interesting to watch? Probably not. Would still absolutely like to do it though. Just look at it, it's awful. In a beautiful way. I'll find a way to work a stream around that. I bet I could. Anyway, what did we call the other one? We called it beta, didn't we? No, we called it no texture. We'll call this...
¡Agárrenlo!
Resident Elder Scroll. Kind of bad name. I don't like the name. But here we can actually take a look at it now. Bald Leon runs around the village of... I don't even know what this village name is. But we'll call it like Riverwood or Riften or something. No, it doesn't have a river. We'll call it Whiterun, I guess. That has as many buildings as Whiterun. Let's try re-rolling this. Oh, that's disgusting, whatever that is. So it really is kind of like a texture kind of mesh. It's either too zoomed in or too zoomed out. Her face is like Two-Face. I like that one a lot better. I don't like this one. Leon looks like some anime protagonist. With like his hair covering his eyes. Can't see his face. Oh, this is a new corruption. Rerolls. This one's just hard to look at. This one looks like debug mode to me. Save it just to have the completion of it. But like this one isn't too interesting compared to the other two, I think. I also don't think anyone's gonna get the Elder Scroll idea unless they played Elder Scrolls in like the absolute bare minimum, like changing the game files so just completely there's nothing there to load in. But I know what it's about. All that matters to me. A lot of good looking ones here, but I don't think I want to keep. It'd be cool to change this in real time. While you're playing each level, change how the entire game looks by adjusting the texture resolution or whatever we're actually adjusting here. Anyway, let's move on. Some pretty effects there. I'm really digging those. From the top. There's another pink fire. I don't know if it's any different than the one we already have. We can check. I think it's the same one. Oh, I think we're coming to the end of the stream, unfortunately. 1.5 hours. I gotta call it here soon. It's almost midnight. Study tomorrow. Got birds and flies. The thing I don't like is we're not done here. There's so much more we can like corrupt here. And I think that's why the first time I did Resident Evil, I didn't feel like I finished yet. Oh god, it's loud. I should go find my other stockpile, combine it with this one. Well, not combine it. Put them together in the same directory. Don't touch them together because that would break things. Never do that. Oh god. But yeah, I think we're gonna have to call it here. Let's do a quick rundown. Oh, don't hit my desk with my rig. Quick rundown of what we got today. So from the top. Oh, we didn't do combining either. We gotta combine. Let's put some stuff together. No, I don't really want to. There's nothing I want to combine yet. I want to do more work on it. We'll do more work on it. We'll combine it later. I like what we got so far. There's a lot of fantastic ones. Like, a lot of these model corruptions. We'll start with like Ball of Terror. That one's great. We can mix that with like debug mode for those mix. This one's the what hand. Running Man. I don't even know how these are mixing together anymore either, so probably combining them would be kind of a hassle. Cool nonetheless though. Big gun. I'll combine these later. I'm not worried about it, but awesome corruptions. I think my favorite one today was absolutely either Resident Elder Scroll or no texture. This one reminds me of Fallout New Vegas because this is what my Fallout New Vegas file looked like when I started that run, which I never completed. I enjoyed a lot of it though. And Resident Elder Scroll is just gorgeous. Just wonderful. You had a gun in Skyrim. Anyways, I think that's the stream. I'll make sure the stockpile is saved by hitting the save button 50 times, at least. Close out of everything safely, so we don't break anything. There's a safe way of closing it. Nope, it's gonna force itself back open. We're not gonna do that. Stockpile saved. I need to, before I forget, I'm actually gonna retrieve that save state. I keep almost forgetting to get my save states, and then I'll write over them by accident, or I'll delete them out of my folder and forget about it. So let's get that immediately, and put it right next to that stockpile. If you're unfamiliar, I have to keep the save state associated with that stockpile, which is a lot of the time not very fun, because you only have one save state associated with each stockpile, and you can have like 5 save states for a game, if you're trying to be, you know, complete. So, it can be a lot. Where am I looking? Dolphin, user, state saves, state 3. Okay. There's all my windows, it's just me and Leon. There we go. Me and Fisheye Leon. Where's my stockpile? There it is. Okay, keep those two together. I still have, what's the other game? Charlie's Angels to do. I have a stockpile ready for that, and I was gonna start streaming that. I haven't got around to it though, so that's still available. I see it on my desktop. I need to start running that. We're still currently doing Abe's Exodus. Let's do some music. Why am I talking to nothing right now? No music at all? Come on. Let's do... I'm gonna do Stardew. I just like Stardew. It's either that or... What we could do... Name of it, it's not Terraria, it's Steam Library. Get, oh, my camera's adjusting. I want to say Star something. Starbound. There it is. Let's do Starbound. They have a beautiful soundtrack too. We'll do... I don't know any of their songs though. Clicking through them to one I haven't heard before. That's good. Why not? That's not gonna drown me out, is it? No. Okay. Stockpile is saved. If you're interested in accessing that stockpile, if you want to use that for your own purposes, if you want to stream that, if you want to load the corruptions and check them out, DM me. I used to upload these to like, oh, that is loud. I used to upload these to like Google Drive and provide a bit.ly link at the end of each YouTube description, but it was just a lot of work to do that every single time, so I didn't bother, and I think only like 2 of them ever got clicked on, so I'm not going to bother with that. But DM me, for sure. I'm totally okay with giving them out. Yeah. Otherwise, I'm saving these stockpiles. I'm going to create some kind of culmination of them at some point and create like a big stockpile and send that to Vinny Vine Sauce. That's my ultimate goal, at least. So this is another one for the for that. We're also, as I said, doing Oddworld Abe's Exodus, which we are, I'm gonna guess, midway through. I've never actually beat it before, so I don't know where I am, but we're making good progress in it. I'm enjoying it a lot because I love the Oddworld series. After this, I think we're gonna do Stranger's Wrath, or we're gonna try Abe's Odyssey again. I don't know, I would like to get the good ending on Odyssey, so I was like ready to jump back into it, but now that I'm doing Exodus, I'm really enjoying some of the features that Exodus does, And I'm glad I started with Odyssey when I did, because I think I would get very frustrated with Odyssey kind of fast. Maybe not frustrated, I would just like, it's a different game, for sure. Gameplay wise. They're both fantastic though, and I recommend them, they're awesome. Cool, I think that's enough of seeing my face. Let's switch over to Odd Brew. You've heard me mention a couple names throughout the stream, Wasabi Tonic mostly, and Odd Brew every once in a while. I'm part of a stream team, an unofficial one of course, composing of Wasabi Tonic, the first image there, myself, TechSupportSparky, Mr. Falcor, who is streaming sort of regularly. He's trying to get back on a schedule, but he does more horror / store games, and Not Good, who's your FPS kind of guy. And yeah, check us out. We have a link down there, or a Discord, if you're interested in checking us out. I know everyone and their grandmother has their own Discord, so it's just where we announce that we're going live. I post corruptions there all the time. If you're interested in seeing some of my like testing and preliminary pictures, I usually put them there. Or if you want to talk to me, I'm there. And yeah, I think that's about it. Switch over to start. Please stand by. And we're gonna go find someone to host. I think I saw Jub online. We're gonna give a host to Mr. Jub. Depending on when you stream it now, we're still host the guy. He's awesome. He is doing some karting for Mario Kart. I would join him if I didn't have to study. I would absolutely do some Mario Karting. But, oh, I am definitely being drowned out. Oh, I hope I hope you guys heard all of that. Maybe not. Oh well. Go follow Jub. He's awesome. We're gonna host him in just a second. But yeah, have a good night, everyone. I don't know what my streaming schedule is gonna be like for the next couple days. I'm still super busy. I'm trying to catch up on all my studying. I got a lot of studying to do. And it'll only be the same thing around finals time. And next quarter, do I have some difficult classes. But stay tuned. I'll post whenever I'm going live. Maybe within this week for sure. Alright, have a good night.